think I began to want to be a writer when I was about 4 or 5. As soon as I could make my letters, I began to draw pictures and describe what was in the pictures underneath them in words.
If there's a yellow brick road, Gregory Maguire's leads to a quiet place, a pen, and some paper. Because when it comes to writing,
it was simply that I couldn't not do it.
Born in Albany, raised for a time in an orphanage, like all kids, he had big dreams and stinky jobs.
You know, John, when I was in high school, one year I worked at St. Peter's Hospital in the laundry. I used to imagine, someday I won't be doing this. Someday I'll be a writer, and I will have a whole bookshelf of books that I've written.
He graduated from UAlbany, taught 8th grade English, and wrote those books, lots of them. Not that they made any money.
Maybe $1.
Needing inspiration, he moved to England in the early 90s. That's when things took a dark turn. All of Britain was in shock over the kidnapping and murder of a little boy. One question haunted Gregory.
What does make somebody behave in a manner in which we could consider evil or wicked?
And that's when an idea for his next book hit him like a house.
I always thought I would see the Virgin Mary come out of the clouds, because I'm a good Albany Catholic boy. But instead, coming out of the clouds, it wasn't the Virgin Mary. It was Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch of the West. And she was saying, "I'll get you and your little dog." And I thought, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I have just had an inspiration. I have been visited by grace.
He immediately wrote out by hand what would become an international bestseller.
The book did so well starting out the gate that when I got my first royalty check for it, I called my agent and said, "Oh, Bill, I think there's been a mistake. I think somebody added an extra 0 or maybe even 2.
Broadway called, and Wicked was, I'll say, 21 years touring the globe with $4 billion in ticket sales. What was Gregory's reaction to seeing his witch fly?
The hair on the back of my head stood up, and it has never sat back down again, which is why I have to keep my hair short now. It was electrifying.
Everyone, I have an announcement.
And now a blockbuster movie starring Ariana Grande.
She's Ari to me, just so you know. Ari and I were like this now. She gave me huge hugs and kisses and brought me around by hand onto the set, showing me things.
He wasn't a wizard who grew up and defied even the wildest expectations.
Here's the original Wicked.
Just a modest man who kept his promise, filling a library full of books. A writer with just enough courage, brains, and heart to chase a dream.
You have to have dreams. That's what the imagination is for.
Teaching us all to never judge a witch by her color.